Oh, he gets to the chair in time, ladies and gentlemen. It is same old crap in the news. Yeah. Emergency broadcast regarding Sam Seder's lies, or shall I say incorrect statements about Tulsi Gabbard. Where does Tulsi Gabbard stand on net neutrality, ladies and gentlemen? This is an emergency. This is an emergency stream. Today, a caller called in to the show, to the Majority Report, as if, why not? Let's pretend that it matters. A caller called in and said, asked Sam Seder, asked him, like, why did I say let's pretend that it matters? Because once you've lost credibility, it's gone. It's gone. So that's why I say let's pretend that it matters. I no longer trust anything, any analysis when it comes to, it's like, oh, they're really good, except if Tulsi Gabbard is involved. Anyway, this is it. This is a quick one, just to let you know. The statement was that a caller called into the Majority Report and asked the great knowledgeable Sam Seder and his knowledgeable producers, are there any Democratic candidates in the primary that are supporting net neutrality? That was the question of the caller, because maybe that's an important issue. Hell yeah, it is. A good question from the caller. So we can maybe talk about an important issue instead of a round outing, like what's a round outing? I don't know what that means, but a repetitive flurry of making fun of Fox News. What about net neutrality? Who supports that, and who can we rely on to be a strong leader? Well, what do you know, Tulsi Gabbard? Tulsi Gabbard, not only does she support it, but it's literally on the goddamn the recent interview on the Young Turks. So what I've come to conclude, in which no one can deny, is that I've once been told that I do not do enough. Like, this is crazy, but Sam Seder, or these idiots who attack me, would attack me saying, you didn't do your homework. I'm trying to remember when this was, but it's one of their classic statements of a washed up, dead religion of punditry. A dead religion of punditry, Sammy. It's lacking creativity. This is your second cycle in after Trump won. Brooks is trying now to make a pivot. He's trying to pivot, but can you see that Sam Seder is not looking at the net neutrality issue or caring about what really happens on that issue in favor of, Claymore XL didn't get the notification. It's that little bell. You have that turned on YouTube and you didn't get the notification, then no doubt some fucking shit's going down. But I'm glad you can make it here, because I want you to, maybe I'm not sure if you are one of the folks who would watch the Majority Report. I tune into it as on a semi-regular basis. Yeah, you got the bell on and you're not getting notifications when I go live streaming. That's a fact. So there you have it, folks. Claymore XL is telling the truth about, I mean, this is why we get upset and have some sort of a net neutrality. Isn't it kind of ironic? That same issue came up today, Claymore, on the Majority Report. A caller calls in about net neutrality. What candidates are strong on that? Right? Exactly. A lot. So Claymore XL, keeping you tuned on the chat, stopped watching MR in about 2016, along with many others. A lot of them did it after the election. And then others gravitated towards him. So they made a pivot, a very clear pivot, after the election to head towards a more like controlled narrative that they thought was going to hurt Trump more, but in fact it hurts them. It's this controlled narrative that operates in a few different dimensions, but this one I'm talking about today is in order to just identify basically how would Hillary Clinton operate. If you're my friend, if you support me, then I support you. So we don't worry about the issues so much. It's just, if you got my back, then I got your back. That's how the Clintons operated to get their power. That's how Trump operates. Hey, if you got my back, I'll take. I don't care how you really care, Attorney General Sessions. It's as long as you don't fuck with me. Claymore Excel saying the net neutrality issue is an interesting one. It is curious how the biggest supporters of net neutrality are the corporations ruining the internet. The biggest supporters of net neutrality are the corporations ruining the internet. Maybe they're doing it as a publicity thing in order to keep their customers, from doubting them, because we're at a phase now, Claymore XL, where I'm like on Facebook, I have my different things. You got your Facebook for your regular person, you got your right. So my thing, what I think what they're doing, so you want to just assume they're evil. Well, I mean, it's not really that corporations are evil just because they're big and profitable. They're just motivated by their interests. So if they start to see this, because they're totally dependent, the amazing thing is that it's almost like people don't realize that it's our choice. We could just go to another platform at any second. This technology is nothing special, right? So they have to play. So, Article 13 in Europe. Let me just finish my point there. So you get what I'm saying. They're trying to play to say to make their customers feel like they are in a good service. It's very important. The image, that they strive for this, it's hard to explain, right? It's everything to them. The image that they're like this ultimate judgment of neutrality, really neutrality, right? When they can ban you or whatever they want to do to you, they want to appear to be neutral. So they're already in a neutral kind of, but look at, so maybe those guys are in support of it, but look, Claymore XL, maybe you can tell me more here. Who's against it, right? I don't really, I'm just going to guess it's like the cable companies and the people who are actually running a real incentive for them to have net neutrality. But now I'm saying to you, who are the people who are against net neutrality, and where is their incentive coming from? You get what I'm saying? Like, as far as Facebook, Google, and Twitter, they have a situation where they're going to win no matter what if they cover their ass by pretending to be good. But they can, in the same period of time, things will move in the other direction and they'll benefit while pretending to support it. They have no choice but to openly pretend to support it. You get that? So, but that's funny. Now, then just get back to the Tulsi Gabbard thing. And why would Sam Seder, is he ignorant about where Tulsi Gabbard stands? Because I just tweeted out, go to Jimmy Reefercake on Twitter. I just tweeted out a video just from like last few weeks ago of Tulsi Gabbard on the Young Turks interview, fucking saying, she's a total, had a whole thing on the net neutrality. I tweeted it out. I was going to play it here, but literally on the Young Turks, I tweeted it out. Go check it out. That's Tulsi Gabbard with her strong support Kevin Martinez is back. What's up, buddy? Just following the lies. Yeah. Well, it's what they're doing, Claymore XL says Hawaii woman bad. That's why. Exactly. Like, instead of even listening, this is what makes me like to the point where I'm really just grossed out by them, is that instead of just like listening to the interview, like, where do they get on the high horse that they can be judgmental in that fashion? I don't understand the legitimacy that they stand upon, where they won't even listen to somebody when they're. You hear Sam Seder say all the time how he doesn't trust what's in the heart of anybody, and then he won't listen to her. So this is an incredibly damning analysis that demands to be addressed, does it not? And I don't care. Like, I don't care what people think of me. I just want to get to the bottom of it. You understand? I don't have any money on the line. I don't have anybody fucking. I just want to get to the bottom of this whole fucking thing. And what I mean, get to the bottom of it, do you know what I mean? What do you guys think I mean, huh? Claymore XL, the narrative has already been crafted that Tulsi is too willing to work with deplorable actors. Exactly. Because so once you've given that label, even though supposedly you don't care what's in people's hearts, because you say that when it's convenient. You know what I'm talking about when I say that statement from Sam Seder. He'll say, when it's convenient for him, he'll say, well, I don't care. Like when someone was putting down Obama a long time ago or something about how he was basically, like, for example, for me, when Obama unloaded on medicinal facilities under Holder in California, that black man going after the medicinal marijuana facilities with the feds using the heavy hand of the federal government. And of course, when he perpetuated and somehow managed to get 7 wars, gotta keep track, but I had got to look to the lyrics of my songs to remember all the wars. So he'd say, I don't know. I don't care what. Well, he said it about Hillary Clinton all the time. I don't care what's in Hillary Clinton's heart. Right. So all of a sudden, instead of what carrying in someone's heart, like, this is what she's willing to work with deplorable actors. Are you telling me that Hillary Clinton she's working with way more deplorable actors than Tulsi, right? Over her career. And I think she surely has. Now, deplorable actors. And this is a way to judge people to make it easier, right? Like, I don't even have to listen to somebody. That's a very dangerous way to be if you're going to be commentating on politics and the news. I give it big thumbs down. I encourage everybody to do whatever you can to make your voice heard about this kind of activity when people are basically, I'm going to call it two-faced, lying sons of bitches. Is that a good way to put it? It feels like that to me. Feels like people are not being honest about sticking with the issues. And I'm here to just point it out and make sure that I don't get left. Like, everything that's fucking recorded, everything is there now. A year from now, they'll come after your livelihood. Yes. Just for simply saying my opinion about that I support Tulsi Gabbard, right? Because this is what's happening. My opinion is offending their livelihood. So then they can justify coming after my livelihood, right? Is that what we're looking at, Claymore XL? That's the logic. Well, I don't really think they would be that stupid, but if they did, it would be quite a publicity stunt for me, I suppose. It could really catapult me to great heights, couldn't it? So no, they wouldn't be that stupid. If you're saying what I think you're saying. The thing is, I don't want people to be scared. I'm not going to act scared. And I'm going to rely on all the transparency and openness and platforms and the voice that I have. I don't know how they're shadow banning me or. Deplatform people, get them fired, get them unpersoned. That's the mainstream left tactic now. Claymore X, very interesting points. The right tactic, is that also the right tactic? Probably. Is it not? Unpersoned, I don't know what that means. But it's a very scary world. Yes. Now, earlier today, I had a Joe Rogan. I'm going to try to sing that song again. My patience. I got to clear out my voice. I got to get my pipes set to do that properly. You got to go all in when you do Axl Rose. And label people, they kind of seem to have this sort of loving of, oh yeah, I hear you, Claymore X. Removed from social media. Tim Pool and Joe Rogan, alt-right adjacent. Exactly. I mean, that's very harmful labeling tactics. It's like dividing possible allies because they're allying with other people. Makes no sense from a strategy standpoint. Except if you're in a, my fear is that they're really in a zero-sum game mentality is what they're doing. So they're attacking everyone to hold on to their own piece of the pie. So they attack in all directions. And so do, I think, everybody too much. Instead of looking how to reach out and unite. I mean, even all the hatred and like disdain we feel for Majority Report for how they treat Tulsi, I still want to reach out to them to legalize weed. And they say they are against war, although they don't seem to be very smart about it by not covering the number one anti-war candidate. They're definitely not smart about it. I don't know. People can, but we got to work together. And as much as I shit on them, let's face it, that's pretty well legitimate for me to do. As much I can do it the rest of my life. I wouldn't be, in my opinion, who cares? Why do they care? They're the ones who kicked me off the show, right? So they don't care what I think anyway. This is for maybe some people who are on the fence or who want to know more. A lot of people who listened long ago and left. That seems to be who I get quite a bit. The people who's kind of got sick of the hypocrisy. And me, I hung in there as long as I could because I couldn't give up the opportunity to communicate to so many people and try to bring some truth to the muddled and just illogical, sad, low energy show that is the Majority Report. It's become a real shithole, folks. The calls, a lot of the regular callers, they've become, you think that I got old? I reinvented myself. These callers are old. They suck. No, I'm just kidding. All right, everybody. I was getting a little mean there. Everybody's got callers who might be a little repetitive, but God bless them all. All I'm saying is I'd like to hear some more calls about Tulsi. Calling them on this bullshit. I love you, Kevin. I love you, Claymore X, for your heavy participation today. Okay, so this is we'll leave it on here. People who don't have the luxury of putting their career or reputation on the line to stand up against this new outrage culture. Yes. I think I know what you're saying. You don't have the luxury of putting your career or reputation on the line to stand up against this new outrage culture. You have your hands tied. I see what you're saying. It's a similar thing of just like why must I not show my face on this YouTube channel? Why? I'm just doing my best, but I can't show my face. I can't reveal my identity because our society isn't ready to accept someone such as me. My issue mainly, of course, is marijuana legalization, right? But it goes hand in hand with a bunch of other shit. And it's a heartfelt thing that I'm glad I have the chance here to keep sharing. I love you guys. Thanks, man. All right. Peace. Peace.